a horrific story, that horrific irony. This forensic officer going there to prepare pupils for the upcoming case involving a molestation case. This person also then sexually assaulting 2 learners. The police themselves must be incredibly shocked by this incident.
Indeed, we are incredibly shocked by it. This is really unacceptable. If indeed this did happen, irrespective of where the member has been working, even though he's been working in as a forensic investigator, whether he's been working at the Family Violence, Child Protection, Sexual Offences Unit, or if he's just a police officer, he is expected to protect, to uphold firstly the code of conduct of the police, the constitution of the country, and then also to protect all law-abiding citizens.
Vish,
to have alleged to have done something of this nature not only brings the organization into disrepute, but it creates a great degree of distrust in members of the SAPS.
Well, absolutely. Vish, just in terms of who works on cases involving children and allegations of sexual assault in particular, how is it decided on who gets involved in cases like that?
Well, when members join the organization, the SAPS, they go through basic training, and then certain members want to venture into different fields within the organization. And this particular field, especially in the Child Protection, Sexual Offences and Family Violence Unit, and also where forensic investigators are required, these are kind of like specialized fields. They go for training, for advanced training. Some members educate themselves through tertiary institutions, do psychological degrees in psychology, and so forth. And then they go through a barrage of tests, and when they qualify, then they get roped into those environments, to assist with the investigations. Remember, the forensic investigators are investigators that assist the actual line function investigators that are responsible to investigate cases related to family violence, child protection, and sexual offences.
So given just the levels of outrage around this case, is the new police minister being kept abreast of the situation?
Well, I'm sure by now, with the media having covered this, the minister would have been kept abreast. But what I do know is the National Commission has been informed of this. There's decisive actions being taken. We mustn't just run into this kind of cases without, looking at the merits properly, making sure that you give all parties, the proper justice they deserve. And we must investigate the case to arrest and not arrest to investigate. So we have to make sure that we consider the rule that everyone is innocent until proven guilty. We have to look at the merits. But from a reputational point of view, I can say that this is doing serious damage, not to the organization as a whole only, but also these particular investigators, because the investigators that are responsible for investigating family violence, child protection, sexual offences have developed a fantastic reputation over the years, whereby they have brought criminals to justice. They have secured lengthy sentences for those perpetrating crimes in relation to those environments I mentioned to you. So this has really done a huge amount of damage to the reputation of those investigators, which we really need to rectify.
We understand what you're saying around being innocent until proven guilty. But again, just given the nature of this story, I mean, this was originally a case that involved allegations against the security guard at the school molesting 87 pupils, and then a situation like this unfolds. What can you tell us just around the officer involved, whether that person has been suspended, how much experience perhaps they have in this field? What are you able to tell us?
Well, there are due processes that have to be followed as far as suspensions are concerned. I don't know if you recall a few weeks ago, or I think it was early last week, there was a member from Midrand Station who was recorded having allegedly abusing a complainant over the phone. We, within 48 hours, served that member with notice of intention to suspend and subsequently suspended that member. So there are processes that have to be followed. We will follow those due processes, and once that's done, a decision will be taken on whether or not the member concerned in this particular case will face suspension or not.
All right, you'll keep us abreast of those developments. Thanks very much for your time. That was Police Spokesperson Vish Naidoo joining us on the line. The investigator that had gone to this school in Soweto, now accused of sexually assaulting 2 more learners at that school, they were investigating an original case where 87 pupils were allegedly molested as well.